It's 10 trivia questions on witches with a round called Witch Please. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show. Thanks for hitting subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And thanks for telling a friend who loves trivia to give it a download. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Pandora. You name it. Just search trivia and you'll come across Trivia with Buds. Today's episode all about witches, which are very loved in my house. We still have a ton of Halloween stuff up here on November 6th. We have a sign right in front of me that says Cast a Spell and a Salem Brewery Tonics, Potions, and Elixirs 1775 sign right behind me. So I'm sandwiched between two witch signs right now, and some of those stay up year-round because my wife and mother-in-law may be in a coven. I don't know for sure, but they more like the pop culture of witches. And we're going to have some fun with that same stuff, some history, some pop culture, some movies, some songs, etc. on today's podcast. Before we get to that, we have the letter P, and we have things found on a map, game terms, and board games. Things found on a map, game terms, and board games. Listen for my three at the end of the episode, along with a fun fact of the day. We're warmed up, we're ready, and we're diving into Witch Please Trivia. Here we go. It's Witch Please, number one. In what colonial state did the Salem witch trials take place in the late 1600s? Number one, in what colonial state did the Salem witch trials take place in the late 1600s? Number two, what happens to Winifred when she sets foot onto cemetery grounds in Hocus Pocus? Number two, what happens to Winifred when she sets foot onto cemetery grounds in Hocus Pocus? Number three, which of these actresses did not star in the 90s film The Witches of Eastwick? Was it Cher, Nicole Kidman, Michelle Pfeiffer, or Susan Sarandon? Which of those four actresses was not in Witches of Eastwick? Cher, Nicole Kidman, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon. Number four, what's the name of the main witch character on the 60s sitcom Bewitched? What's the name of the main witch character on Bewitched? Number five, what 1975 Fleetwood Mac female-named song would singer Stevie Nicks often introduce live as a song about a Welsh witch? Number five, what 1975 Fleetwood Mac female-named song would singer Stevie Nicks often introduce live as a song about a Welsh witch? Number six, in 1999, student filmmakers Heather, Mike, and Josh set out to produce a documentary about the legend of the blank blank. Number six, in 1999, student filmmakers Heather, Mike, and Josh set out to produce a documentary about the legend of the blank blank. Fill in both blanks. Number seven, who played the titular teen witch on the ABC sitcom Sabrina the Teenage Witch? And I just want to point out to recent listeners of the show, I am pronouncing it titular, not titular. But what's crazy about that is, real quick sidebar, I've been saying titular in the few times I've said it since people yelled at me on the show, and I've had several people go, no, it's titular. So, to each their own. Number seven, who played the titular teen witch on the ABC sitcom Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Number eight, which witch or wizard of the Harry Potter universe is described as having straggly, waist-length, dirty blonde hair and a dazed, dreamy look on her face? Number eight, which witch or wizard of the Harry Potter universe is described as having straggly, waist-length, dirty blonde hair and a dazed, dreamy look on her face? Number nine, Blank Rosenberg was a witch character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. blank Rosenberg was a which character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Number 10, what famous guitarist had the song Black Magic Woman in 1970? Number 10, what famous guitarist had the song Black Magic Woman in 1970? And number 11, in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, which wicked witch was crushed by Dorothy's farmhouse? In the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz, which wicked witch was crushed by Dorothy's farmhouse? Those are all your questions on which, please. We'll be back with the answers after which. We are back with the answers to Which Please trivia. Let's see how you did. Number 1, in what colonial state did the Salem witch trials take place in the late 1600s? That was Massachusetts. Number 2, what happens to Winifred when she sets foot onto cemetery grounds in Hocus Pocus? She turns to stone. Don't want to do that. She'll be all stoned up. Number 3, which of these actresses was not in Witches of Eastwick? The answer was Nicole Kidman. A little young probably at that time. Although she was probably not too much younger than Michelle Pfeiffer, but who knows? Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon make up the Witches of Eastwick. I just watched that for the first time a couple months ago. Real crazy movie that you should watch. Number 4, what's the name of the main witch on Bewitched? Samantha. Her mom, Endora. Number 5, what 1975 Fleetwood Mac song was about a Welsh witch? Rhiannon. Number 6, in 99, Mike, Josh, and Heather made the Blair Witch Project. They were trying to make a project about the Blair Witch. Number 7, who played Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Melissa Joan Hart. Number 8, who has straggly waist-length blonde hair and a dazed, dreamy look on her face in Harry Potter? Luna Lovegood. Great character. Number 9, Willow Rosenberg was the witch on Buffy. Number 10, Black Magic Woman, 1970, Carlos Santana. And the bonus for 2 points, Wizard of Oz, Crushed by the House, Wicked Witch of the East. East for the win. And there you have it, 11 questions on witches. Hope you had a good time playing along with those. Your fact of the day is hogs outnumber people 4-1 in Iowa. More hogs than people. Bacon City. Your fact of the day was fun and about pigs. If you ever have a fact of the day you want to send me, I would love to hear it. Send me a list of them at ryanbuds@gmail.com. I need those for future episodes. And the letter is P, things found on a map. I'm going to say Philadelphia, home of WrestleMania 40 coming up in April, which I would like to go to maybe last minute. Game terms, I'll say points, nice and easy. And board games, part cheesy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. And we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.